Share.
All right. All right. Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to call this meeting of the Banking Committee to order this Thursday, February 8th, 2024, our first meeting of the 2024 legislative session. I'm State Representative Jason Doucette, the House Chair. Happy to be back. Happy that we are all here in the room and have great attendance today. Excited to get going. And I'm going to we'll go around the horn and have everyone introduce themselves, but start, of course, with my esteemed Senate co-chair, Senator Pat Billy Miller.
Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our first meeting. As my co-chair stated, we did some great work last session, especially a gift card, getting it turned, getting it finally, the legislation passing and acted into law. But no, seriously, we did some great work. And even as the chair of this committee, coming in on 2022, I think I came, I was very impressed with the work that they did, because honestly, I really didn't know that much about banking and just how much we take care that we make sure that individuals who are vulnerable, the banked and underbanked and unbanked, making sure that that they're taken care of, that there are protections for them. And also, I have to admit that the banking industry are great partners. The financial industry, that's credit unions as well as banks. And so I want to thank you, because you made my transition as chair very easy. So thank you for being great partners in this work, because you do think about your shareholders and your business, but you also think about your clients and your members. So I want to say thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Miller. Go to our ranking members next. We're going to start on the House side with Representative Delnicki.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Well, it's great we're back. We have quite a few things left on the table from last year that we need to get done. And I think that we can be very productive in tying the loose ends up that we have yet to finish. I know we do a great job from the standpoint of working together and coming up with solutions that make sense. And I would love to change the name of the committee to the Banking Credit Union Committee, but I have a feeling I might have an objection from someone on that issue. But again, welcome to everyone, and we're looking forward to this year. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Representative. Senator Bethel.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon, everyone. Good to see so many people in the audience today. I feel like we are finally back to normal, so to speak, after a few years of whatever it was that we just endured. But, you know, the committee did some really great work in our first year of this term, getting some issues that had been before us a lot of years in a row. We cleared the list, so to speak. We have some great issues before us again this year. We will have lots of discussion regarding earned wage access, among other things. And I think we will get to a good point for not only the stakeholders in this room, but also for the people of the state of Connecticut, who we all very honorably represent. So it's good to be back. Good to see you all. And Mr. Chair, let's get the meeting started.
Well, before we do that, I'm going to just give everybody, as is our first meeting of the year, an opportunity to go around and say hello. We have our esteemed vice chairs to your right. I'll start with Senator Cohen.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Happy first banking meeting. Happy second day of session. I'm so glad to be here, and you know, certainly have a robust agenda today. The Banking Committee is always ready to get to work, I know, and operates in such a collaborative spirit with the industry, with stakeholders, with consumers, in the interest of making the landscape navigable, really navigable for everybody and working for everybody in the state of Connecticut. So just really appreciating that about the leadership here, and looking forward to getting to work. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Senator. Representative Santos.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon, everyone. It is great to be back. I'll echo some of the words that were said by my esteemed colleagues. We have a lot of work to do. There's a lot to pick up from last session as well. But I think we're all eager to do the work and to represent the people ably, and to also make sure that the bills that we pass here that perhaps go to the floor and are signed into law, hopefully, protect the people, benefit the people, and make our state even better. So I'm looking forward to the work with each one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative. We'll keep going down the line. Representative Foster, representing the beautiful towns of Ellington, East Windsor, and Vernon.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair. I'm honored to be here. It's nice to see everyone and be back in action. And with the Banking Committee, I look forward to seeing everything that we work on this session come to fruition. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Representative. Over here, Representative Hoxa, representing the beautiful city of Bristol. City of Bristol, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes. Beautiful city of Bristol and town of Plymouth. Thank you, Mr. Chair. And like you said, my name is State Representative Joe Hoxa, and I am excited to be on the Banking Committee. It's one of my more favorite committees, and you know, I look forward to working with all of you on policy that's going to benefit not just you know, the stakeholders in the industry, but also you know, the populace at large. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Representative. Representative Anaskovic.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and I will echo what everybody's already said, so you don't have to hear it again. Great to be back and looking forward to working together this session. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative. And down representing the city of Bridgeport, which has had solid representation on the Banking Committee as long as I've been here, Representative Andre Baker.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon to everybody. You know, it's a pleasure to be here again with the Banking Committee. Although this is considered to be a small committee, we do great work here. We really do. We work together to accomplish the things that we need to accomplish for my constituents in here and the great state of Connecticut. So I'm looking forward to continue to move through our agendas and accomplish a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative. And I'm happy to announce that we have full attendance and we have 2 members joining us on Zoom. Senator Hockadell, if you'd like to say hello.
Hello, everyone. Jan Hockadell with the 13th District. I will echo everyone's sentiments as well and looking forward to the work before us. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. And Representative Paolillo.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon, colleagues. It's an honor to be here, and it's an honor to serve with all of you, and looking forward to great work this session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Representative. I'd like to acknowledge the staff now while we have everyone's attention here. Starting with our clerk, and we have a little bit of news to announce with respect to our clerk, Justin Kaiser, who has been fabulous in his short time as the banking clerk, but unfortunately is moving on to other pastures and moving out of state. So Justin has done great work for us, and we will certainly miss him. Taking his place, just announced, hot off the wire, is Hannah Hayes, who's with him today. So we look forward to working with Hannah. Hannah will carry the torch, is getting a crash course from Justin as we speak, and will be fabulous, I'm sure. Our nonpartisan staff with us this year, we have the same team from last year. And in fact, I think some of these folks have been with us for a few years. From the Legislative Commissioner's Office, we have Patrick Deegan. From OLR, we have George Miles and Kristen Miller. From OFA, we have Ryan Proto. And I think that's it. Obviously, we thank and acknowledge our caucus staff as well. And if I forgot everybody, somebody can remind me. But so with that, we will get into it. So today, we have 25 concepts to be raised. I do suspect that this will be all, or perhaps nearly all, I'll never say never, of all of the bills that we'll be dealing with this session. As Representative Delnicki mentioned, quite a few of these are coming back, as is often the case. from last session, some of which we heard and Jay asked out, some of which we didn't, at various stages of completion. But in any event, as it often does, sometimes it takes a couple of years of chewing on these concepts to get a complete product that passes into law. So we have quite a few of those. Senator Berthel mentioned earned wage access, which we've heard a lot about in the off season, and I'm sure we'll hear a lot more about when we have a hearing in a few weeks. And a few newer concepts as well. So what I will do is entertain a motion, if the committee is amenable, to raise items 1 through 25.
Second.
Okay, we have it's moved by Senator Miller, seconded by Representative Delnicki. Any comment?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Could you just take a moment to point out and highlight the concepts that we have here that we weren't able to complete, just to rekindle everybody's memory?
Sure. They're kind of all over the place on the agenda, but item number 2 is a bill that we've seen. I think this will probably be the 3rd or maybe even the 4th year we've seen this bill in some form. Number 4 was a bill that passed the Senate last year, and we took out in the House on the last day of session. Number 6 was a bill that the committee reported out last year. Numbers 9 through 14 are essentially agency proposals, some of which may have had some discussion in the past session, but there's a lot of different concepts in there. Numbers 22 and 23 and 24 on these lists were reported out of the committee last year as well.
Without objection, I would like to make the motion to begin a consent calendar. Yeah, items 1 through 25, correct.
So the motion was to raise items 1 through 25. There's that you're
Correct.
okay. So you seconded that motion. Any other comments, questions? Anyone? Right. No, so we're not doing a consent calendar. We're going with the earlier motion to raise items 1 through 25. Right. Okay. Sound good? Okay.
I stand corrected.
All right. So with that, motion has been made and seconded. Any further comment? All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Any opposed? Chair votes aye, so the motion passes unanimously. All right, next item on the agenda, announcement of time and date of next meeting. We are currently scheduled to be off next week, and I think the next the thing on our agenda is a public hearing. I believe it's the 20th, Tuesday, the 20th. We have 2 long weekends coming up, and that will hopefully give our LCO some time to do what they need to do to give us some bills to have a hearing on. So with that, I will thank everyone once again for their attendance today. Full attendance is pretty cool, and we look forward to seeing you next time, and look forward to a productive session.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. And we're going to adjourn the meeting now since we have full attendance. There's no votes that need to be held open. So we are adjourned.